Hello, my beautiful people of God. How are you all doing today? I believe God that everyone is doing great. I trust God that everyone is enjoying God's faithfulness. Yeah, that's why we all are alive in the land of the living and we give God all the praise. In today's video, I want to share with you what Pastor E.A. Adeboye has to say concerning Pastor Peter Adeyemi. This Pastor Peter Adeyemi is the owner of Mate Supermarket. At the head office is in Adeniyi Jones. If you're in Lagos, you know Mate Supermarket. You know. And I know this man personally. And when I knew him, I was much more a younger Christian. As at that time, he was already a pastor, a senior pastor in Redeemed Christian Church of God then. And looking at him as at that time, as an individual, I had no doubt within me that this man is a child of God. Now, later on, I discovered that this man, Pastor Mate, is the right-hand person of Pastor E.A. Adeboye in the area of camp development. And he did all the job he did to make sure that camp developed accordingly. And without any scandal, though he had many challenges of, trying to maintain that integrity in the face of opposition. So because there are people that later come up then to think that his own, integrity, his own holiness and faithfulness is overboard. He's taking things overboard. But the man maintained his ground. Today, he is 80 years old. And it happened that Pastor E.A. Adeboye graced that occasion. And when they gave him the opportunity to speak, he spoke. And all he said is 100% truth of this man, Pastor Mate, as we fondly call him. Now, I want to say something. You see, the fact that you are put in a place or in the helm of affairs, in whichever place you are working with, is a test of your integrity. It's a test of your faith in God. Yes. Look at this man today. If he had handled those, job that Pastor E.A. Adeboye gave to him to do those days, that Redeemed Christian Church of God gave to him to do in those days, if he had handled it anyhow, I don't think the testimony that Pastor E.A. Adeboye is sharing concerning this man today would be possible. And today, you find out that today, hardly you see a faithful steward. Hardly you see a Christian with integrity. Hardly you see a truthful Christian these days. And look at Pastor Mate today. He's being celebrated and they are giving testimony about him. Why I am talking about this is because he's someone that I know. I've met one-on-one. I've had dealings with him on personal basis. I mean, as a very young child of God, I met him. And after I met him, I nod my head and say, wow, this man is a true child of God. Look at what the man that he worked with is saying about him. You as a person, as a pastor, as a worker, in whichever denomination that you belong to, that they have handed over things to you to manage. How are you handling it? You see, one thing is sure. There is nothing like I do this thing, I do it for doing sake. I keep on telling people, whatsoever you do, be it good or bad, it will wait for you in the future. That is the truth. It will wait for you. So I encourage you, as you listen to this, this is just to encourage someone, to motivate someone that, look, even if you are putting on, your best in whatever you are doing, in whatever that is handed over to you, and nobody is recognizing you, or your oppositions arise. I mean, like this Pastor Mate, there was a time he faced oppositions. The people that really want to truncate the testimony of his salvation, but he stood his ground. And today, Pastor E.A. ADEBOYE is testifying of a fact that he is a child of God. Can anybody testify of you? Can your boss in your office testify of you? Can your neighbors say, yes, you are a child of God? Can your brethren in the church say, you are heavenly bound Christian? That is why I'm making this video. I just want to let you know that whatsoever you do, it will wait for you. And I encourage you to do good so that your end will be sweet. And I just want to drop it there. See you in my next one. Bye-bye.
Seated. I've just returned from a fairly long journey, and we were hurrying down so we can be at this meeting. Many of you don't know the relationship between me and Pastor Mate. Don't ask them to stand there too. The elder pastor saying, they say in the day of war, that's when you speak. Today, I must say something. When we started the work here at Redemption Camp, our first engineer was Pastor Lemanse of blessed memory. He was an engineer who joined the church from the Cherubim and Seraphim Church. He invited me to come and preach there. And I prayed, Lord, should I go? God said, go. So I went. It was a small Cherubim and Seraphim Church. It was a high job. When I got there, they said that I must remove my shoes before I could enter the church. Since God said I should go, I agreed. I removed my shoes. I didn't know what God had in mind. I went, I preached, I gave the altar call, and the only fellow who didn't answer the altar call that day was Baba Labura, the founder of the church himself. That's how they must say crossover to become a member of the Redeemed Christian Church of God. He was the original engineer here. The original carpenter of blessed memory is Pastor Koke Alade, a carpenter. Because most of the buildings here were just push down wood, roof it, and we are ready to go. So we were continuing like that. And then one day, this young man came in and said, I heard about what's going on there and he's come to greet me. He's a member of the church. Okay, you're welcome, sir. And on that day, on that particular day, I was in great need. When you talk about living day by day, in those days, We live not day by day, we live minute by minute. So he came. I said, you're welcome, sir. I have a great need. Maybe God sent you to come and meet the need. I said, okay, sir. I will go and pray. And he left. That was a Saturday. By Monday he came back. He said, I prayed. Now what does that mean? Pray. I said, after he left, somebody came. I told him I had a need. And he promptly left the need. And he said, so what? If one need is already met, we can take my own little contribution and use it for the next need. I said, sorry, sir. I don't operate like that. When I have a need, I tell my God, He supplies the need, closes that chapter. I said, please, take my own contact. That aspect of the program is gone. He said, is that so? I said, that is so. He said, very good. From now, I will stay by your side. Any need that comes will lead me